He's wanted in China, sanctioned by the United Kingdom, and idolized by thousands in Myanmar.
我叫佘智江，我进入这个半岛电视台的这个采访。
Now locked up in Thailand, tycoon Tse Jiang speaks exclusively to 101 East.
他们为什么要抓我，或者是说来对我下这个死手啊？
He says he's a former Chinese spy, punished for knowing too much.
我接受了很多这个中国公安部和一带一路的这个机密啊，一些事情呢还和最高层的未来有关系。
Why should we believe any of these different forms of claims? These are groups that specialize in fraud.
Our search for the truth takes us to the Thai-Myanmar border, a region now notorious for human trafficking and scam compounds.
ဒါသူများပြောတာဟိုပေါ့မတရားအနိုင်ကျစ်တာတို့ဒီဟိုပြောမယ်ဆိုရင် main ကလေးလေဆက်ဆံတာတို့ဘာတို့အစအဆုံးပေါ့နော်ပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်ကောင်းစားအကြောင်းတစ်ခုမှမရှိတော့ဘူး
Discarded spy or criminal mastermind. In an exclusive report, 101 East investigates the curious case of Tse Jiang.
我被送回中国，一定会遭到灭口。 It's one of Asia's most mysterious cities. A pulsing boomtown in a war-torn region of Myanmar.
You can see really just how close it is to Thailand, with just this tiniest river that separates them.
Across the border is Yatai New City. Once a sleepy rural town, it's been transformed by vast sums of Chinese money. Judah Tanner used to run a school near where the neon-lit buildings now stand.
It really is Myanmar's version of Las Vegas or Macau. Just a few years ago, it was rice fields and cornfields. Basically overnight, we've just seen it erupt into this city that just goes as far as the eye can see.
It's Lunar New Year, and tonight the mood inside Yatai appears celebratory. But the bright lights and fireworks mask a darker reality. Over the past 5 years, media reports have repeatedly linked Yatai and the broader Shui Koko region to pig butchering schemes. These are fraud operations where online scammers manipulate victims from around the world into parting with their money. The business is often associated with human trafficking, torture, and forced labor. Jason Tower is Myanmar Country Director at the United States Institute of Peace.
People are being fraudulently recruited into these enclaves in Myanmar. They think they're applying for legitimate jobs in the tech sector or hotels or other things, only later on to find out that they've been trafficked.
We want to see for ourselves what goes on inside Yatai City. After 2 months of repeated requests, the city's management has finally allowed us to visit. We've been granted unprecedented access. Myanmar's annual water festival has just begun. And today at least, the atmosphere is relaxed and festive. But we also see reminders of a more sinister side to this city. Signs like this are an open acknowledgement that human trafficking is a problem here. That night, we're invited to the city's water festival party. This multi-day event features a fire engine, fireworks, and high-profile DJs. These are astonishing scenes. As partygoers dance the night away, a civil war is raging across Myanmar, and there are clashes nearby. Soldiers armed to the teeth weave through the crowd. members of an ethnic armed group known as the Karen National Army. They owe their allegiance to the region's most powerful warlord, Colonel Suochit-tu. He's been sanctioned by the United Kingdom for allegedly benefiting from scam sites, forced labor, and human trafficking. We're told not to go near. But later, Suochit-tu agrees to answer some questions. He doesn't deny that there's been an upsurge in crime in Shuikoko.
The Shuikoko, yeah. The Tademia Rema, Nitwini Ade, Eddie Shuikoko, so that Luko Kumude, Nwele Kai, General Tidago. To Mianang and Opumpio Chin that Sandat Ku and in net. General Didama, Jousila near that General Longansi, Etherego, Maconde and Loda, Pagon Pame, Shikon Shime, Tabime General Didama, General Tidan the Aya Sigan Shire. General Didayas Tidan that Sigan, Chupa, Eddie Lo Lumio, Shikan, General Didan the Aya Sigan, General Piano, a year Mabe.
让我们以热烈的掌声对水沟谷项目成功签约表示祝贺。
Suochit-tu went into business with tycoon Cher Jijiang in 2017 when his company made an agreement with Yatai International Holdings Group.
The Chinese embassy and a very significant overseas Chinese business association play a role in pulling together a pretty flashy signing ceremony in Yangon, where the embassy came in, participated at a fairly senior level.
As head of the project, Cher presented an enticing vision.
亚太经济特区的项目建设呢，正在迅速的向前推进，力求呢，在最短的时间呢，将它建设成为一座功能齐全、商旅兴旺、环境优美的花园城市。
缅甸亚太水沟谷经济特区。
Officially, Yatai only had approval at the time for a housing project, but promotional material boasted a far more ambitious plan. The development was described as a $15 billion special economic zone, a high-tech city strategically located on the Thai-Myanmar border. NGO worker and former resident Judah Tanner says he was excited when he first heard the proposal.
We had high hopes for what this was to bring, because it wasn't only just for the betterment of Myanmar or Shuikoko, but it was for the betterment of the entire region. Then COVID hit, and you started to hear of more illegal activities taking place.
Like Suochit-tu, Cher has since been sanctioned by the United Kingdom for alleged links to scam sites, human trafficking and forced labor. He's also wanted by the Chinese government.
佘智江涉嫌开设赌场犯罪，事实清楚，证据确凿。
Now in custody in Bangkok, the tycoon is fighting deportation to China. He's speaking exclusively to 101 East in his first media interview since being detained. He tells an explosive story.
他们把我非法抓捕、非法关押在这个监狱里面，还剥夺了我这个保释的权利啊！他们其实就是为了防止这个外界知道我的情况，以便他们来强行秘密把我就送去中国。
And the reason, he says, is because he was once a Chinese spy.
我加入公安之后呢，就感到非常的后悔啊。那中国呢，他其实就是想要殖民地，我呢，只是想做生意而已。
Cher claims he was recruited in the Philippines in late 2016 by this man, whom 101 East has decided not to identify. Cher was already a fugitive at the time, wanted by China for allegedly operating illegal online gaming platforms that targeted Chinese citizens.
他又拿着一张这个包含我名字的通缉令，说能帮我销掉这个案子。他说的我们国安部呢就能做到。
In exchange, Cher says he had to become a spy for China's Ministry of State Security.
他不但帮我销掉那个小案子的，还并且安排我安全回国。
Between 2017 and 2019, She made multiple high-profile trips to China.
只要呢入海关呢一刷指纹呢，那个身上有案子的人呢一定会被识别。但是由于国安部呢保证了我的安全呢，他又带领我来去那个缅甸北部啊，还有柬埔寨，还有缅甸克伦邦地区去考察。然后呢，那个中国侨联就来帮我来做那个“一带一路”来亚太新城的项目签约。
In 2018, She filmed this video of Chinese leader Xi Jinping in Manila. They were at a state dinner hosted by then Filipino President Rodrigo Duterte. She's official invitation to the event is addressed to a Mr. Tang Krang Kai, one of several new names he'd acquired by then, along with Cambodian citizenship. He says he was just following orders.
我没有去问这个原因，然后那个包括我2017年退中国国籍也是中国国安部安排的。
She had grown up poor and dropped out of school as a teenager. He says his handlers worked hard to elevate his profile. He was appointed to key positions in trade associations affiliated with the Chinese government, spoke regularly to the Chinese press, and even appeared on the cover of a magazine.
有点飘飘然了，因为那么多中央级的媒体啊，新闻都发出来了，我成了爱国侨商，那个政协呢也把我当典型来表彰了。
A string of politically connected Chinese companies and organizations lined up to partner with Yatai.
They had Chinese think tanks involved, including a key think tank that sits under China's National Reform and Development Commission. There was a $350 million contract that was handed out to a Chinese state-owned enterprise called MCC International.
By 2020, She had built a city. But reports were also starting to emerge that it had become a hotbed of illegal activity.
This led to an effort by the National League for Democracy government at the time to push back a bit, to demand that the Chinese government clarify as to whether or not this project really was part of China's BRI.
Up till then, Yatai had consistently claimed that it was part of China's ambitious Belt and Road, or BRI, infrastructure project.
首先是呢，受这个侨联邀请，我们参加这个“一带一路”的这个峰会。
She was even featured in a news report as an attendee at a Belt and Road summit in Chengdu. But in August 2020, China declared that Yatai New City had no connection with the Belt and Road Initiative.
佘智江就是
A member of She's inner circle, who we will call David He, claims that at around this time, the tycoon's handlers tried to get him to leave Myanmar.
有要求，就是佘智江去那个台湾做一些这个统战工作，佘智江就没有进行那个去答复嘛，然后就相当于没有听从那个国安的这些话嘛。
On the 10th of August 2022, She accepted a private invitation to a banquet in Bangkok. He didn't know it then, but he was under surveillance. Major General Cameron Hassiri is an advisor to the Royal Thai Police.
The Chinese police sent the team to work with us closely. Then we were able to arrest him in some certain Japanese restaurant outskirts of Bangkok.
Cameron says Thai authorities acted on an Interpol red notice issued at China's request. She's alleged crime: running a casino. Clara Gerard Rodriguez is a member of She's legal team.
We see all these articles that really portray him as this criminal mastermind doing human trafficking, the scam at a huge scale. Then you see like the actual red notice and the arrest warrant and the whole Chinese procedure that is being initiated against him is for developing and running online gambling platforms.
Gerard Rodriguez says Interpol broke its own rules when it issued the red notice.
The red notice is dated 11th of May 2021. It is based on an arrest warrant mentioned here as issued on the 4th of February 2021. But when we go to the arrest warrant, which was sent by China to Thai court, we see that it's actually dated 3 August 2021. You cannot issue a red notice in the absence of arrest warrant. So this ground alone should lead to the deletion of the red notice.
Interpol told 101 it doesn't comment on individual cases, and that a red notice is only issued if it complies with its constitution and rules. Sher claims he's being targeted because he knows too much.
我接收到很多这个中国公安部和一带一路的这个机密啊，一些事情呢还和最高层那位呢有关系。我被送回中国一定会遭到灭口。
Wang Fugui met Sher in prison and says he witnessed an attempted attack on him.
60-70个泰国人对我们10多个中国人进行那个无差别的袭击。为什么知道是针对佘智江先生呢？是因为这些泰国人相互说话当中，就是有在找佘智江，那个时间是他律师会见的时间，然后所以说躲避了这一次袭击。
Thai prison authorities did not respond to our request for comment. Wang spent 5 years in jail battling charges related to credit card fraud before being found not guilty. He says he became good friends with Sher when they were placed in the same cell. He's now the custodian of many of the tycoon's alleged secrets.
他有在亚太上留下很多那个待解密的那些档案，目前受到他的那个授权所解密的那些内容只是部分的内容而已，但是这些内容涉及到了那些国安人员的名单。
He allows us to take a look. One file in particular catches our attention. It's a dossier about Guo Huaping, or Alice Guo, former fugitive and embattled ex-mayor of a small town in the Philippines. Now in police custody, Guo is being investigated for alleged ties to scam operations and money laundering. He's also accused of being a Chinese spy.
菲律宾的这个郭华平的，我用这个手机呢跟他通过话，当时呢还要了。
Sher says Guo once asked him to help fund her political campaign.
那我更不想得罪这个菲律宾政府了，所以一直就或者没有给钱。
Guo has repeatedly insisted she was born in the Philippines, a prerequisite for office holders in the country. But Sher's dossier lists China as her place of birth. Guo had previously claimed she's the daughter of a Filipino woman. But according to this document, her mother is a Chinese citizen called Lin Wenyi. The dossier also lists a family address in China's Fujian province. This is what our researcher finds when he visits the local office of the Chinese Communist Party. At a nearby village, residents shown photographs of Guo recognize her as the daughter of Lin Wenyi, the same name that appears in Sher's dossier. They say Guo was born here and only moved away towards the end of 2002. Sher says he has a message for the former mayor.
郭华平，中国是不可信的。我们两个人，你看一下，曾经都为这个国安部卖命。你看看我的下场。要想不被灭口呢，就把真相呢，也告诉全世界。
China's Ministry of State Security did not respond to our request for comment. Neither did Alice Guo Huaping. It's our 4th visit to Shui Koko, and parts of the region are underwater. As the rain subsides, Yatai's management invites us to join them on a relief operation. They spend days delivering supplies to displaced villagers. This is the image Yatai wants to present to the world.
功，亚太成功啊！
这里的人是最知道亚太城的实际情况是什么样子的。真像网络上讲的这里的话，早变成空城了。
Shwekoko's population has exploded by tens of thousands in just 6 years. Many newcomers are Myanmarese fleeing conflict elsewhere in the country.
How can you make an extra 5 figures a month while still working full time? The answer: print on demand.
But thousands of foreigners work here too. Many in scam centers hidden inside office buildings. And in the casinos, karaoke bars and brothels that have mushroomed here. At the local hospital, the impact of their presence is acutely felt. 23-year-old Chor Paihit is a medic who was born and raised in Shweikoko.
We had a big strong and lost medication. A lot of Chinese girls, they go in KTV or something, they do a lot of drugs, and they fail, and they do not remember anything. They kind of hospital, and we give the medicine. This size tablet, orange tablet.
Paihit says the hospital also sees a steady stream of injured workers.
I think mostly it's Chinese people. They get beaten, they get hit, and then some they go up to the hotel and they jump.
这是宏图国际啊，亚太最有名的园区啊。
Taiwanese businessman Sammy Chen has been involved in rescue operations in major scam hubs across Southeast Asia. Today, he's showing us an alleged pig butchering site inside Yatai City.
所以上面挂着衣服有没有？那就是猪仔住的嘛，所以它会有铁窗，它不让你跳楼逃生。
Yatai's position is that their city developers with limited control over what happens behind closed doors.
这边的事情由军方来处理。
Chen says he typically turns to the military for help with rescue operations. But there's relatively little to do here compared to scam sites elsewhere along the border.
因为亚太的案子少，亚太全部加起来案子都不到 KK 的1/10。
Others who are familiar with the region agree with Chen's assessment.
We've done a lot of work in mapping these scam centres along the borderline. My experience with the trafficked in persons for forced criminality doesn't weigh heavy on the Shweikoko region, but much more towards the region of KK Park, which is under another military leader, not the same leadership and not the same business that Yatai and Shweikoko is.
Nevertheless, there are cases of abuse from inside Yatai City.
这好像是被鞭打的，3条这个捆成麻花的形状，然后就开始抽。
In Mae Sot, Thailand, we meet a man who is recovering from a hellish ordeal. Chen Ke-cheng spent a little over 4 months at Hongtu International and hopes to go home to Taiwan soon. Chen says he knew he'd be scamming people, but he didn't expect to be punished for failing to do a good job.
然后这个是用防风打火机，它点着，然后就直接这样烫。后来就受不了了，一直这样打这样骂，自己精神上面承受不住，所以我就选择自杀，就拿刀那种修指甲刀子插太阳穴。我之后听到一句很清楚，就是没救了，送没锁。
Hongtu International declined our request for comment. It's the 2nd anniversary of Tzhi Jiang's arrest and our 5th visit to Shweikoko. Thousands of well-wishers are at a Buddhist ceremony praying for his release. In Shi's absence, an AI likeness delivers his message.
挫折给我带来了痛苦，逆境使我失去了自由，但它却能够锤炼我的意志。借你们的祈愿，我定能早日获得自由，重返亚太的怀抱。
but it's unlikely She will be returning to the city he built anytime soon.
With the pressure from the Chinese government, I think Sze Zhejiang would be extradited back to China by the end of this year.
让你能够听到我的心，什么时候也能把我想起。